Am I here? Am I finally in? Closed captions. Okay. Okay, I should be live now. This should actually be working this time. Please react if you can see and hear me. Oh, I should have. Oh, maybe I didn't enable that. That's why. I think it should be good. Okay. Nice. Anyways, please react to the chat if you can hear and see me. Otherwise, I've just been talking to myself for a good solid 8 minutes. Hello everyone. Hello. Gilmood? Gilmood. Okay. Hello Gilmood. Hello Emerald. Hi Medic. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm finally live. Oh my goodness. Alright. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, I was talking to myself for like the past 9 minutes then. So just had to adjust some settings, but now I'm actually active here. So cool. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for waiting for this time. I basically underestimated how long it would take me to make dinner, and I had to step out for a bit as well. And so had to quickly finish up and then figure I'd give myself enough time to eat and come here with you guys. Hopefully you've all had dinner or, you know, doing well in your work or whatever needs to be done here. I think my chat is hopefully working. Right. Got a little background music. Just to have something in the back here. But yeah, I was actually going to prepare something a little presentation or something. But yeah, I didn't get enough time, so that did not end up working. But that's okay. It's a casual stream in any case. I'll move myself a little lower. It's a casual chat. I'll have dinner soon. Okay, nice, Emerald. Oh yeah, I think like I think I usually end up streaming around your dinner time in any case. But yeah, today's dinner was I decided to make some creamy chicken. It was a creamy chicken dish with some mushrooms and spinach. It took me a while to put it together, but I think it actually turned out really nicely. So, oh yeah, some pasta to go along with it. But anyway, yeah, so anyways, today's impromptu stream is basically I figured, hey, this is a week of Canada Day is tomorrow. Canada Day is July 1st. Just like how the US has their 4th of July on the Saturday, we've got our Canada Day on, like, tomorrow on the Wednesday. So I'm like, you know what? Since most of my viewers, it seems, are from the US, so shout out if anyone's actually Canadian here. But I think most of you guys are in the US, so I thought it'd be interesting to kind of just talk about Canada. Maybe just think of it as a cultural exchange. Because, you know, there's always stuff in the US I feel like sometimes I ask you guys about. And then I thought this would be a good chance for me to just talk about general stuff. And if you have any questions about Canada, it's like, now's your chance. Any chance to hear it. Callan's birthday card didn't come home to me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I feel like people have been struggling to get some of like the birthday cards. Meanwhile, I think like on the other hand, some people are getting good luck doing like polling on birthday banners based off of like the free missions, the free mission keys. But I think I dropped the ball on Twist this week, and I kind of have not done Callum's birthday missions this time. Sounds yummy. Love your dinner. Oh, thanks. I would share it with you guys if I could. If I could somehow send over food through, just teleport it through the web. I would love that. Welcome back, medic. Ian Ortho would have made sense. Suspecting Ruggy and setback. Oh yeah, for the Baymax event. I'm actually happy Rook is an SR this time. I was worried he was going to be stuck as an R card. I just realized this chat is really hard to see with the background. Maybe I can move my picture. Maybe I'll move my picture here. There we go. Got one side of the screen. There you go. But yeah, it looks like yeah, speaking of Twist, yeah, July schedule for Twist does seem a little more slow. I'm actually surprised. I feel like it's been these past 3 months, Twist, like EN side of things has been very slow. I can't believe I'm saying it. Maybe because we spent so long like just tearing through the schedule, being like, whoa, we're going too fast, and now it feels like we're going too slow. So just never a nice like in-between middle ground. But yeah, it just doesn't really seem like anything that's super new on EN side. But I'm hoping, I know aside from like, oh yeah, aside from the Azul like Overblot banner, which I will be pulling on, but aside from that, there isn't really anything new happening. But oh yeah, FYI you guys, I don't, if you didn't know, on the JP side, they are actually going to add the Master Chef cards to the general banner. So, if you are planning on pulling on any cards in the future, any reruns on EN side, just be aware that at some point down the line, I don't know when, maybe within a year from now, they're gonna put all the Master Chef cards in the general gacha pool. So you might actually be able to pull the cards when you're like basically just pulling from any other banners. Which I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand, I've been complaining about them needing a general pool of cards ever since, you know, we've always had the, ceremonial robe and laboratory wear for the longest time. I'm like, we really needed some general cards. But then, now they're making Master Chef the general cards. I'm like, wait, I thought... I know I wanted some other thing, but oh well. Yeah, Rook deserves the SR cards. He has way too many events as an SR card. Let's see. Oh yeah, oh, okay. Question. Do Canadians like to set up fireworks around this time? There have been fireworks here even though we're still in June. Yes, actually the answer is yes. Funny enough, yeah, we set off fireworks on Canada Day, but a lot of people like to set them off early. Sometimes I hear fireworks go off for no reason. So, yes, we definitely set off fireworks for Canada Day. It's like a major thing. And people will also buy their own fireworks, just like in the US. You can like buy your own fireworks, set them off in like a park or your backyard, you know, with safety precautions. But there's also like fireworks festivals as well. Sometimes there's like shows that they will have like an actual fireworks show. So I know of one that's like they have like an actual fireworks performance, not necessarily just on Canada Day, but in the summer. They'll just be like, hey, you can pay tickets to come see like these fireworks show, and it would be like a different theme or something, and they'll just set them off. I got work in the blind box. Oh, congrats, Emerald. I always like never really pull my faves. That's why I have Little Bean. If Little Bean and I sometimes will go in on Twist blind boxes together, because, you know, if we get each other's faves, then we just trade. Speaking of Rook, some JP players were disappointed his Baymax event outfit wasn't fitting. Like they thought it was a preview. Just stingy. Yeah, he's got the muscles. We know he's got those. Like, he's got those dense muscles. And not even showing them off. I mean, we know he's ripped. We know he's got those arms. And the thighs, especially. If we see, like, Vill's Groovy card, you can see Rook's thighs in the in the shot in the back. And it's like, yeah, those are toned. To be honest, they are superhero outfits. Yeah, I guess they're like, but I think they're at least like loosely based on like the characters, right? In Big Hero 6. Like I noticed like Rook had a Honey Lemon's bag, which I'm like, that kind of fits. Like I think it's cute. It suits him. Rook and Kate are being together is evil, because I think both of them. But they're gonna be in the common pool now. Yeah. Like, cause like, especially if you're trying to pull for, if you're missing a specific Master Chef card, because I have the Master Chef cards of all my faves, so I'm like, it's gonna be a big general pool. Anyways, how long and how much does Canada get snow, and then the snow melts? Oh my goodness! So it depends on what area you're in. So if you're like far up north in Canada, the snow is like, I would say, there for essentially most of the time. I think like for things like Nunavut. So like Nunavut is like in the more Arctic region. So in Nunavut, the ground is basically kind of like covered in snow from like September till June. So I think they get like a lot more snow. So definitely the like more up north you are, the more snow you end up getting for a longer time. Most of the people actually end up living in the like in the south. Like majority of the Canadian population actually just lives near like the south, kind of closer to the border. Actually, I should pull up a map. Now I'm talking about it. I'm gonna look it up so that I can give a proper explanation. Alright, provinces and territories. Let's look. Let's go open up an internet browser here. There we go. Okay. Maybe I'll move out of the way a bit. Move this corner here. So then you can see the screen. I'm gonna make this bigger. Do my best. Okay. I've got a general map of Canada there. Let me move my windows around so I can see better. But yeah, so essentially Nunavut. So you can see that blue area here. So like up in like the Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. Mikala is like up there. That's like kind of more like up north, right? The more Arctic, you get like the Arctic climate up there. But majority of the people actually like live down here, like essentially where like you can see, like, I'm trying to see if I can bring my cursor, but we're like Victoria, there's like Regina, Winnipeg, and then like Ontario. Like majority of the population essentially lives all along the south edge, essentially. So for example, like in the Ontario region, like in the little south part there, I would say the snow comes, let's say, usually like around December, sometimes early in November. And then it lasts until, I want to say, May sometimes. Where I am, we had snow in December, and then it was like January, February, March, and it lasted until like late April. I think it wasn't until May that the snow finally melted. So it's like, we have sometimes there's been like weird times where it'll snow, then it'll melt, and then it'll snow again, and then it'll melt. But it actually lasts quite a bit, unless you are living kind of near the coastal area, because things like Victoria and British Columbia, if you're near like the ocean, then you're not really getting as much snow. But other areas will get more. So yeah, I think it's like you don't get as much if you're near the ocean, but you do get more rainfall. Also, I say to the fireworks, I hope your neighbors are kinder than mine. They saw really big ones. Ooh, it freaks out your pets. Yeah. I'm too paranoid to set off fireworks myself. Like I like sparklers, but I'm like I am way too paranoid to try and go set off fireworks. I enjoy fireworks that other people will set off instead. But because I live in the city and there's a lot of suburbs, I don't really get as many people that set off fireworks. Like, not a lot of people will do it in their backyards, especially when all the houses are clustered a lot closer. But if there's like parks, I will like hear it. But yeah, my family's dog was not a fan of fireworks at all. So the poor thing would just freak out when it did happen. Well, now we'll know where Koa lives on the map. JK. trying to locate me. My friend lives on the border of Alberta and British Columbia. Ah, more in Alberta? Yeah, so they're in the more like prairie than the prairies, like Alberta, Saskatchewan, I would say even Manitoba. They're a lot more drier climate. So I want to say like that region is more dry, a lot more like farm and like oil and farmland, I would say. Kind of what they're known for. I don't when I think about their population, I actually have to like double check, but I think a lot of people live more in British Columbia, but like it's quite a large population in Ontario. Arctic, send me there. I will be happy to. I don't like the snow. I get sick of the snow so fast. We have snow for way too long, more than it needs to be. It's just like once Christmas is done with, I like don't want to see the snow anymore. We'd love to see real snow. You never seen snow before, only fake snow. Ooh. It'd be nice to, yeah, if Emerald, I think it'd be cool for if you ever got to at least experience it once. I think living in the snowy region can get kind of tiring, especially as someone who's not good with the cold, surprisingly. But it is fun for people who come to Canada and they see snow for the first time. It's cute. Like the tourists or the newcomers, especially, they get like really excited when you get like the really big snowfall and you can roll around in it. It's about 95 Fahrenheit here. I'm dying. Oh, please throw me the snow. I will send you snow from the Nunavut. All the way up north. Otherwise, I'll try moving to Alaska. It's 57 Fahrenheit areas like Anchorage right now. I don't know. Oh, Alaska. I guess, like, yeah, well, you know what's funny? I keep forgetting. I'm like, wait, Alaska's part of the US, right? It's like so randomly. I just forget it is like kind of like attached, or like on the left side. I'm like, that's right. Technically, Alaska is part of the US. Never been though. Actually, I'll be frank with you. Or I'll be upfront. I haven't actually explored much of Canada. It's actually very vast. I usually, when I travel, I end up going overseas. So I haven't explored the majority of the country, actually. Like, even in British Columbia. Haven't really gone up that far north. I've mainly only really seen, like, Ontario and Quebec, and kind of in the East Coast with New Brunswick. Okay, snow aside. What do you consider the best Canadian food? It's so funny because you're like, what's Canadian food, right? Like what do you consider like Canadian food? I'm gonna Google this. I want to see what Google shows me. Cause like, what do we get here? I'll see my. Hold on. Let me move my screen. Okay. Let me move that. So look up Canadian food. What do we get? Alright, so Canadian food, it's funny because like some of these I don't even know were a thing. Oops. Let's see. Types of Canadian food. Okay, hands down, I like poutine. All right, I'll say upright. I like poutine. I think poutine is tasty. I know it's kind of hard to see here. But poutine is my favorite in terms of Canadian food, purely because I'm like, it's got fries, it's got gravy, it's got cheese, it's got everything I like in one. So I'm only gonna say it's the best because I'm biased. I like the taste of it. So it's like poutine is really tasty. Because yeah, you have French fries, you get gravy. The gravy is usually like a beef gravy, or you can get like a vegetarian gravy. And then the cheese curds. So the cheese curds are like the type that are firm, and they kind of like, when you bite into it, they kind of have a little squeaky texture to it. It's like the squeaky cheese, and that's like the good cheese. I've seen people try to do like whatever shredded cheese on like poutine. That's a poutine crime, okay? I understand if you don't have access to cheese curds, you want to use like shredded cheese, but it is not the same, trust me. If you want like actually good poutine, you want like the good cheese and like the good gravy. So like it's blasphemous to put shredded cheese. Okay. Butter tarts are very tasty. And then there is, oh yeah, pancakes, I guess. But I don't know if pancakes are a really Canadian thing. I think it's more like maple syrup. Maple syrup is, I guess like a Canadian specialty. Because we get a lot of maple trees. And so that's where we get all the maple syrup from. And then we got a lot of, I'll say like farms, or just like, yeah, I guess kind of like farms or sugar bushes. That essentially just like get all the sap from the maple trees and then kind of turn it into the maple syrup that you can pour on waffles and pancakes. Oh, it never gets snow. Last year you had 70 plus weather, well, November. Wow, it sounds very hot. It's kind of like when I see like Las Vegas. Never been to Las Vegas, but I'm like, man, just looking at Las Vegas, I'm like, that's gotta be a hot, dry area. Most parts of Canada experience prolonged darkness. Oh, polar night? Yeah, I think so actually. That is... I know it happens in like the north. But it's like not, it's basically in the Arctic Circle. So it is basically like in the northern region, like in Nunavut, the Northwest Territories. So, yeah, essentially it does like have like the polar night currents. I think it also happens too in like Finland. But basically, yeah, the Arctic region will have it. Yeah, Alaska is randomly US state. Yeah, sorry, I forget about Alaska. I don't know if it counts. I went to the Bahamas by cruise ship. Ooh. I've never been to the Bahamas. Or the Caribbean, actually. It's a Putin. Oh, word in French. Oh yeah, Putin! I love that. Just knowing a random curse word in French. But, yeah, Putin is, like, basically, like, it's calling someone, like, a whore or a bitch. But people also use it as a kind of like, almost like, you know when you swear and you're like, ah, oh, fuck, you know, that it's kind of like that too. So they'd be like, putain. It's kind of like, ah, shit, ah, fuck. Like, literal translation is like whore, but like they use it in that context. Was I lagging? No, I don't think you were lagging. I'm just like reading through messages. Going forward, you were then discussing night. Yeah, I'm just reading through the chat, trying to like I'm backtracking a bit. And I thank Clay Obscure for teaching me some important French. Oh yeah, I guess they do say that word quite a bit, especially like the journal entries too. But yes, that is a swear word. But the thing is, in Canada, we have two official languages. So we've got English and we have French. Though FYI, actually pull up the map again. FYI, so majority of the, actually, even though our official language is English and French, majority of the country is English speakers. Is mainly essentially more in like Quebec and the east side, I think, are more French speakers. It's because once you start kind of heading west, it's like very much like English speakers. But Quebec is like its own thing. Like, they are predominantly French. They're very protective of, or like, they're basically, yeah, they're very protective of the language. It's like everything will be French first and like English second. You know, it's like you to do business in Quebec or sell stuff, you have to have a French translation for like the business or the products. So hence it's like I've know some French as a result, but to be honest, it's like I've been trying to learn French for years, but it's I feel it comes and goes. It's languages don't stick as well in my head as I'd like it to. But I did have to take like French classes in school. I think I was definitely lagging. Oh, it's been happening a lot with YouTube streams. Huh, that's kind of strange. I wonder if it's like a connection on your end, or if it's just YouTube being YouTube. I don't remember, is there any Canadian-inspired Disney show or movie? I actually don't know. I don't... I'm trying to think. I'm like, do we have actually any Canadian Disney shows? I think there was like Disney shows that were filmed in Canada, but there isn't I feel like there isn't any specific show or series that is like, oh yeah, this is a Canadian inspired. My friend in Canada doesn't remember any French or Canadian French. He's not a big fan of going over there too, though. Yeah, it's because Quebec speaks French, but they have their own dialect of French. They have what you call the Quebecois. So you like the Quebecois French, and it's actually different from like the France French. So there are. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I think French sounds better than Quebecois French. I will admit, this is gonna be hot take, but I think Quebecois French sounds more hick than, you know, the French in France. So when I learn French, I actually try to learn the France version of French. Even though it makes more sense for me to learn the Quebecois French, because like they're right there. They're like, it's in the country, but I don't know. Some words I'm just not a fan of the way it sounds in Quebecois. So I just like the French in France instead. I know. It seems blasphemous to say, but I'm not really big on that. Those are French in Quebec. I think YouTube. The app itself is very buggy in other places. Oh, the ads are working perfectly, of course, because there's big money being put in those ads. We were talking about French. I was playing a Pokemon fan game that took place in Kalos, a France-inspired region. I remember, yeah, I think like, I remember, yeah, one of the Pokemon games took place in like France. I've never actually been to France though. I really want to go. Like, there's so many parts of Europe I haven't actually been able to explore yet. But definitely at one point, I want to hit up all the you know, kind of popular places like France, Italy. I mean, even like Germany would be nice. And then maybe even, yeah, Portugal too. I've been to Spain, but I didn't go to Portugal. French used to be the common man's language for centuries. And I mean, like, it's interesting because, you know, I mean, England and France, they were both like, you know, colonizers. So you get a lot of countries where it'd be like some countries will just have English, and then others will be like French speakers. Because I think like it's like in it's like Africa. I feel like it's like Africa, right? That has like a lot of French speakers. If I recall. And same with there's like, you know, in Southeast Asia, there's also like English. I mean, Hong Kong has like English. Has like one of the languages. Malaysia, Singapore, they have like English. There, so I mean, it's when you're colonizing a nation, you kind of get around, and then next thing you know, parts of the world are also speaking English or French. So I'm not no surprises there, to be honest. But yeah, for Canada, it was like both English and French. I guess they've been exposed to both. I can only know one or two French speakers where I'm at. There's mostly Spanish and Creole speakers where I'm at. Yeah, I think like I think in the US, because the US is bordering with Mexico, right? So I think like usually for a second language, you'll speak English and Spanish. Well, in Canada, we're like the English and French. And Spanish is also like Spanish too is also like a class that's offered in like some electives. Polish relatives sometimes get asked if they're speaking French. Look at your face. Oh, this cracks me up. It's like the Romance languages, or like there's like a Latin roots. Sometimes like they start kind of sounding similar. Though to be fair, I don't think I've really heard a lot of Polish speakers. So like maybe I could that could have been me too, you know. I might mistaken it. Okay, Emerald, have a good dinner. At school, you can learn Spanish, German, or French. When I went to college, all languages like Japanese were offered. Yeah, I think that's the same. In our schools, it's basically you learn English. There's French immersion, so you can also do like French immersion classes. Then Spanish as well, I guess, for high school. But then, yeah, in college or university, you can also still take French. But then there's also like Mandarin and Japanese. Some schools might do Korean now. I'm not sure, but I did take a Japanese class before in post-secondary. So I remember that because I was one of those students. I was like, I'm gonna learn some Japanese. But then I also did try to learn more French. Polish isn't a Romance language, but it does sound smooth. Oh, okay. Kind of funny contrast between it and your German relatives. It's like European party. I don't think I've met any... Interestingly enough, I don't think I actually met that many Germans in Canada. A lot of the Canadians I've encountered in my city are basically usually either like it's Ireland, England, Scotland, so like the UK side. There are some like Polish and like Ukrainian, Hungarian, but folks, yeah, I just guess I haven't encountered as many. We got quite a lot of Koreans as well now, and also, yeah, Chinese folks too. I think about it, I actually don't see that many. I guess it depends where I am, because like in BC, British Columbia, Vancouver, that's where a bunch of Asians are. So majority of Asians are, I feel like a lot of them are living in Vancouver or Toronto. But in terms of like Europeans, it's I guess there's a lot of Europeans that kind of just came in, like settled in the farmlands in Canada. But when I think about it, yeah, I guess not as many Germans. I don't think I've encountered as many. Okay, let's see. I talked about how going back to the food though. I kind of got sidetracked there. Poutine is good. Butter tarts. There's the tortilla, the meat pie, which I mean it's kind of tasty. It's a meat pie. I'm trying to see what that is. I actually cannot read that. My screen is too small. I don't know what that is. Nanaimo bars. It's a type of dessert. They're okay. We do have beaver tails. That is also like a Canadian dessert. A beaver tail is just basically it's a fried dough pastry. It's flattened fried dough, and then you sprinkle some cinnamon, or you can add chocolate sauce, It is tasty. Oh, what else is there? Female bacon. I'm not a fan of that. Female bacon. And then maple syrup, of course. Because maple syrup is tasty. I don't eat any of that table syrup. I once had like, what is it called? Like, is it Aunt Jemima's table syrup? I was not a fan. I have been spoiled by Canadian maple syrup, so Aunt Jemima's just tasted... No, it just did not taste real to me. Where I used to live in America, there is a more distinctive heritage of European descendants. Yeah, it's interesting too. It depends on like what area, or like even like the state or province that you reside in. You get like a different mix of people. Food talk is gonna make me hungry. I just ate, yeah. I just ate too. But I was always like, ooh, food. False alarm, your dinner isn't ready yet. Oh, I hope it's ready soon though, for your sake, Emerald. Hopefully you're not too hungry, because I'm still talking about the food here. Of whatever is considered Canadian cuisine, but like, it's funny what is... Because even I was like, what's classified as it? Oh, Aunt Jemima. Classic. I'm like, no. I gotta get my Canadian maple syrup for my pancakes and waffles. That's the good stuff. Oh yeah, then we have I'm pretty sure ketchup chips are like banned in the US or something. I forget. Like, I felt like weren't there like two things that aren't allowed in the US, like Kinder Egg Surprise and ketchup chips or something like that? I remember reading about it. I think like, yeah, ketchup chips aren't in the US. So anyways, if you ever come to Canada, you can get exclusive ketchup chips here. They can be pretty tasty. They're not my favorite flavor of chips, but sometimes they do, you know, they do hit the spot from time to time. I've never heard of ketchup chips. Oh yeah, it's basically just chips that are ketchup flavored. Like, it's not like liquidy, it's just basically imagine ketchup, it was more like a powder, like seasoning, and then that is like ketchup chips. I'm pretty sure they're just like banned, or the US just does not have ketchup chips for whatever reason. I gotta look up the lore. But why you can't get them in the US, or you can. Okay, actually no, you can possibly get them in the US, but they're really hard to find. So I don't know why maybe it's just not popular in the US or something. So it's just like a lot harder to find. Looked up, they're really unsold in the US mainstream. Yeah, they're it's like you have to like look, you actually have to like go out of your way to look for them, because they aren't readily available in the US. But you can easily find them here in Canada. By the way, Kids Go Out, have you two seen anything of the Baymax event? I've been avoiding spoilers, but or book 8, chapter 3. Baymax event, all I saw was like Mochi the cat is in it. And like there's in Silver's card, he's got this like animation of like just him holding Mochi, and I'm like, that's so cute. But not the actual story. Book 8, I know some general information about it, but not in like full details. I think it's still like it's still covering the whole like competition thing that's going on between Brielle, Minajil, Azul, and Jamil, I think. So no other RSA characters have been shown yet. It's just been they're still in the middle of their little event. No, I know that Book 8 Chapter 3 is heavily on the first competition. Yeah. Oh yeah, they did review RSA's unique magic. So we do know Riel and Minajil's unique signature spell, their unique magic. So they did show that. That's true. Looks like it's more of a preference thing. Americans prefer flavors like barbecue and ranch. Funny enough, we do have barbecue chips. Like, we got like sour cream and onion. We've got barbecue chips. Like, we have like all sorts of flavors, but we just also have ketchup chips on top of it. That's Low Kitty. Yeah, that silver card is so cute. I'm holding the little kitty cat. Like how Ruggy's card brought out his fans. Yeah, I feel like Ruggy gets more love in the JP side than in EN. I feel like the Japanese fans seem to really like Ruggy a lot more. We don't seem to give him quite the same amount of love in the West in terms of just like overall content that I see. It's just not a lot. Oh, what else is there? Oh yeah, lobster rolls. Lobster rolls are tasty because of in the east. So in the east side, like with PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Yeah, those are like the East Coast region. So you get, that's where all the good seafood is, because they're right next to the ocean. You get lobster rolls. Which I'm like, yeah, they're pretty tasty. Western fans are mostly fawning over Silva's card. Both sides are fond of Jade though. Yeah, I think Jade is... Octagonal seems to be well liked in both like JP and Ian. Seafood? Yeah, seafood! So yeah, if you like in terms of Canada, if you want seafood, yeah, you want to go out in like the east side. Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. They got like most of our potatoes actually come from PEI, so Prince Edward Island. That's like basically I want to say like majority. It's not like most of our potatoes come from like Prince Edward Island. And then yeah, then the Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI. So you get all like the seafood there, so like salmon, lobsters, clams and things like that. You get a lot. That's where you'll find like the tasty seafoods. And yeah, lobster rolls are tasty. Lobster rolls are good. It's been a while since I've had one. I'm more of a fan of crabs. I like crabs more than lobsters. Jade Smile and his ungroovy art, along with comments and bad animations of some fans falling from him. The menaces grow on us like fungus. Indeed, they do. We're like, he's such a little gremlin. He's a little menace, but we can't help but like him. We can't help but like him. Oh yeah, maple syrup treats. So one fun thing is that at like some events or out in the sugar bushes in the winter time, you can actually get the maple syrup treats. So they do this thing where they pour syrup on like a bed of ice to make it then cool down rapidly, and then they wrap a popsicle around it. So it's almost like you're eating a little like popsicle taffy. But it's just really funny because I can't think of anything more Canadian than pouring maple syrup or like hot syrup on ice in the winter, and then just like sticking a popsicle stick in it and then be like, here you go, it's a maple syrup dessert. You're just basically eating syrup on a stick. It's very sweet. So it's like I only need like a little bit because it gets like it gets a little much if you eat too much of it. But it's like it's a winter. I would say it's like a winter treat for sure, along with like drinking hot chocolate. That and Jade Smile looks a lot like Floyd's smile in his bonbon card. Yeah, it's interesting when they sometimes like show. I think some people when they say that it looks, they have to do a double take to figure out if it's Jade or Floyd. I can usually recognize them pretty well, like instantly. But sometimes, Jade will have a very Floyd-like smile, and then other times Floyd will look more like Jade. So it's kind of cute. Just be like, yes, they are indeed twins. Yeah, Map Canada here. Like, what else? Oh yeah, we do have Canadian artists. I think Justin Bieber is Canadian. I know there's like also a bunch of other Canadian artists as well. Try to remember. Yeah, in terms of like music, basically you have artists like Justin Bieber, Drake, The Weeknd, Avril Lavigne, Celine Dion. I think Nickelback. They're all actually Canadian artists. Pick random. I try to cater my guest room to Farmville friendship, and I keep getting good, no great events. About to start yelling every time he does this. That's Phil though, you can't give out compliments too easily. That's just, you gotta make you work for it. You have to like really earn that grade though. You can be a little stingy on the rewards. But I'm like, I keep forgetting about the friendships in the guest room. Now that I think about it, I should actually be farming my friendships more, but I have not been doing that as much as I should. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, artists. So yeah, we got a bunch of artists that came from like Canada. Or sometimes like I forget, or like I forgot that they were actually from Canada. But just like, It was like, yeah, those like I think the one listed were like the main ones. I was like trying to think of others. I think those are like the main artists that you find. Does Canada have amusement parks or water parks? Yes, we do. The one, I'm pretty sure there's gotta be one in like each province, but the one in Ontario, we do have a couple. So there is, I'm trying to think. There is one in Montreal, there is one in Toronto. There's gotta be one in like other regions too. The amusement parks. I know there are. Let me look. Cause oh yes, Canada's Wonderland. So Canada's Wonderland is in Toronto. It's been years since I've been there, but like I guess they got like a really big roller coaster called the Leviathan. So Canada's Wonderland is like a one I know of. Then there's also like one in Montreal as well. We used to have so funny enough, we used to have like Marine Land. And like Marine Land used to be kind of like you know, the amusement park along with like an aquarium. But then I think like they got in a lot of hot water. Like people just stopped visiting Marine Land. They got into like there's a huge like debacle around like animal cruelty because of like all the marine animals being kept. And then over time, it just kind of like got really bad. I don't know if it's still opened. When I think about it, I don't know if Marine Land is still operating, but it used to be a park. But yeah, that's like just the whole thing was like, yeah, amusement park, sea creatures, and I'm pretty sure now it's probably one of the like dead parks now. But it used to be really big back in the day. I'm trying to see best theme parks. Well, most of them in Toronto. I don't know why. They seem to be really promoting the ones in Ontario. Though it looks like, you know, Alberta's got some too, like big water parks and things like that. No, we actually do not. We don't have a Disneyland or a Disney World. I think everyone just ends up going to Florida or like California, wherever it is that Disney World or Disneyland is in the US. I guess they probably thought it was so close to US, why bother? Though it would be kind of interesting if they ever had a Canadian Disneyland. It's kind of interesting though, if it did. I have been to the Disneyland in Hong Kong. Yeah, Hong Kong Disneyland. It's actually very small, which makes sense because this is a very small country in general. I've never actually been to the one in the US. Maybe one day it'll be interesting to actually go visit like an actual Disney park in the US. I just haven't had a chance to go, so I've only really been to the Hong Kong one because I was like there. But I also really want to go to the one in Tokyo, because Tokyo Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland I would actually think would be really cool to go to that park. But how expensive the parks have gotten, I wouldn't blame foreigners for not visiting it. I will be honest with you, if I were to make a choice between going to Disneyland in the US or going to Disneyland Japan, I would probably go to the Disneyland Japan, not going to lie, because I think how much it would cost me to go to the US and go to Disneyland there, for that same price, I could probably go to Japan, go to Tokyo, enjoy Tokyo, and also go to Disneyland. So, like, you know, Disney World sounds tempting and all. Or, you know, I'd just go to a trip in Japan. I can just go to Tokyo Disneyland, Tokyo Disney Sea, because I hear Tokyo Disney Sea especially is a very good theme park. And like they got a lot of cute foods as well. So I'm like, given a choice, yeah, I'd probably go to I would just go to the Japan park. Take me with you. I love to see Japan. I bet the parks are nicer. Everyone. Oh yeah, everyone we could all just get on the trip to Tokyo. I also really want to visit Universal Studios too, because I've been to Japan before a couple times, but never gotten a chance to actually go to their theme parks. So yeah, Disneyland and also like Universal Studios seems really cool as well, especially around their Halloween events. I think their Halloween events are just so cool. But I think like their parks are like probably nicer. The food quality maybe also be better. But yeah, depends what season. The only downside though is that it takes you're in line for a very long time. So from what I know of Disneyland Japan, like you have to line up for like ages. It'll take you like an hour or two sometimes to get on a ride. And then like you're just standing in line for most of it. Even before the park is open, people are like lining up at like 6 or 7 a.m. just to get into the park. But yeah, Universal Disney gets full when it's Halloween. Yeah, it looks so fun though. I love it because like every year I see Twisted Wonderland cosplayers like post pictures of their cosplays while they're at Disneyland. I'm like, oh, that sounds so fun. Just go with a group of friends, just cosplaying, and then, you know, just hang out at the theme park for the day. I used to go to the park when Halloween rolled in. Both events are fun. Oh yeah, they do seem so fun. Universal hosts the Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Because I know Japan does the same thing at Universal Studios Japan. They have like horror week or like just shows. I think like was it last year or the year before they had like Resident Evil like attraction, which was also really cool. Yeah, I don't know about any elsewhere, but in the US you can pay for a pass that you skip lines. but then if everyone's getting a pass that helps you skip the lines, then like at some point you're just gonna be lining up regardless, right? I went to the park in Florida once. I think I'll just treasure the memories of that instead of going again. Yeah, you can just like go to a different park instead. It's been a while since I've been to an actual like large amusement park. Because I have like I suffer from motion sickness, so I can't really go on a lot of like intense rides because I will throw up. And I don't want to do that. So I prefer more thematic parks, you know. I mean like, oh, let's look at cute things and do interesting stuff than like adrenaline rides, because I can't really do those. Yeah, it looks like most of these parks are promoting Canada's Wonderland. I'm sure there's gotta be other parks in other provinces. It's a very expensive pass. I don't know how many people have it. I mean, maybe like the Disney adults that like go to the theme park all the time. Maybe they got those passes. Or like the full yearly membership. Used to love roller coasters as a kid, but nowadays I'm prone to headaches. Yeah, I used to love drop towers. You know, like drop zones and drop towers. Like you'll just go all the way up and then like drop you down. Because the one at Marineland was like that. Where is it? Marineland drop tower. Yeah, it was this. This was the drop tower at like Marineland. And the thing is, they put it on a hill. So when you're up there, you can actually like basically see over, I think like it's close to Niagara Falls. So you can see like a waterfall in the distance, but they put this up on a hill. So it's like a big drop zone tower. And like, I used to love going on rides like this. Just like, just full on drops. Yeah, you kind of see the size in comparison. Because it goes up pretty high. So, but I can't do that anymore. That's the sad thing. I'm like, I think as a kid I loved it, but I think now in my adult years I can no longer stomach this drop anymore. Remember when I first threw up after a ride? It was at a fair in your local church. Yes, you know, nice childhood memories. Okay, you started Disney adults. Oh yeah, there's like a whole neighborhood, right? Aren't there like these whole like suburbs of housing that's just like on like Disney property? The view on drop towers are amazing, but I'm scared of heights. Yeah, it's different on roller coasters because you're moving versus like you are slowly ascending up this tower before they drop you. But it was fun though. I did back in the day. I do not know if I could do this now. I think like my nerves would get to me. I think there's some Floridian adults that go crazy for Disney. Yeah, I think I've seen like people do like YouTube essays on like Disney adults, and I was like mind blown. It was mind boggling how intense people could get. What really is crazy to me is like people that go into debt to fund their Disneyland trips. And it's like, you don't have to go to Disneyland, you guys. Please don't go into debt to get into a theme park. Golden Oak. Oh, is that what it's called? I'll look up what Golden Oak is. Golden Oak Disney. Oh wow, yeah. That's crazy. These houses don't even look cheap. These are like freaking McMansions happening here. Oh my god. Are these people like millionaires? How do you afford a home like this in this economy? I will admit that is really pretty though. I do like, I will admit I do like the design of some of these houses. Like, ooh. Oh, that looks so nice. I will admit, this looks nice. It does look nice. Disney aside, other implications, I'm like, damn. That does look kind of nice. I won't lie. The houses look good. I'm adult and I still love going roller coaster. Of course. I mean, everyone, like, you don't outgrow, you know, going on theme park rides. I like fast coasters. I don't like drops. I don't like loops. But I will go on a roller coaster if it's for like fast ones. Or like kind of like thematic, like some sort of theme related coaster. But I prefer like, yeah, like fast roller coasters. They probably rent. I mean, these aren't cheap. They don't look cheap. This is crazy. Think of Disney. Do you see the latest Disney Descendants trailer? I heard of news of like the newest Descendants, but I actually have not watched Disney Descendants. So I don't know like how many seasons or like how long it's been going on for, but I actually have not seen the Disney Descendants series. Apparently another neighborhood is Celebration. That one was built by Disney. Oh, okay. celebration? Let me look. Oh wow. What is this? This is Celebration Village Homes. Oh my god. This looks like you want to live in like some 1970s suburb. That's what it makes me think of. That's so wild. Oh my god. Are these still luxury homes? Town in Florida, designed by Disney? It's kind of weird. This is like... This neighborhood is kind of like the neighborhood I would expect some Truman Show shit to happen. It'd be like, you know, I'll go out and like walk around this neighborhood and like all my neighbors will be friendly, but then there's always something unsettling underneath that I constantly feel. Like, this is what the vibes of this neighborhood makes me think of. I'd be like, oh yeah, it looks cute, but I feel like, you know, all my neighbors will be kind of crazy. And like, this seems like the perfect setting for some serial murders to like start happening. I don't know how Disney adults are able to take out loans. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're just like, they gotta be in so much debt. There'll be 5 Disney Descendants movie. Wow, okay. Is there like a linear plot to them, or are they all like standalone stories? I keep seeing videos about them. I can't wrap my brain around how they work. To be honest, I like to live in a 1970s suburb, but not full of Disney adults. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. This is a setup for some Truman Show. I'll be like talking with one of my neighbors. They'll like start talking about, they'll start speaking in like ads or something. They'll be like, have you tried the newest product from Disney? And I'll be like, looking for a hidden camera somewhere. It's some... I don't know. I'm like, no, this one I don't know how I feel. The other, at least for Royal Oak or Golden Oak, I'm like, okay, you know, the houses look really nice, I will admit. They do look kind of like luxury homes. This is more like, yeah, you are just living in a kind of a theme park. Have you tried this $20 pretzel shaped like Mickey? You can get now from the local store in your... Just, you know, on 123 Avenue. I'd be like, okay guys, where are the cameras? Where are the cameras? Wow. And poor Walt. This is his legacy. It's somehow digressed to here. I don't know how. I feel like I have digressed. Because what was I talking about? I was talking about Canadian food. I was talking about Canadian things. Alright. I mean, like, you know, we don't really have Disney in, like, a Disneyland or anything in Canada. We don't even have, like, a Canadian Disney presence. We don't have any, like, Canadian Disney characters. We're just kind of... Maybe because, like, we just kind of get lumped into North America. As, like, a whole. Actually, let me see my screen away. Oh yeah, the other Canadian things. I guess hockey is a very popular sport. A lot of young boys, if their parents can't afford it, they'll like do hockey as a sport. I mean, like, soccer is kind of popular, but hockey is definitely like the Canadian sport. Then there's like ice skating as well. I think a lot of people know how to ice skate. For me, it's been a while. I haven't skated in a long time. I believe we also have the longest outdoor skating rink in the world. It's like the canal. Called the Rideau Canal? Yeah, I think it's the Rideau Canal. It is, I'm pretty sure that is the, I want to say it's the world's largest or skating. Because they freeze the whole like canal river and then people can like skate on it. I chose to believe, but remember his legacy through Sleeping Beauty. Oh yeah. Aurora was his last princess. Huh, interesting. I owned the Sleeping Beauty VHS. I've watched Sleeping Beauty so many times. Really, I loved it though. You're our hat, I recall. I'm like, if we're supposed to be the hat, then wouldn't America be our boot? Oh hey, Bish! Or MS. I'm here for all the I'm here for all the Canadian hate and slandered. Well, I will not stand for the Canadian slander. I am here to stand for the nation. Oh yeah, hockey. I'm the oddball when it comes to sports. You prefer hockey or figure skating? Oh, other ice, snow sports. People down here prefer football, baseball, soccer, basketball. Yeah, that sounds about right when I think about America. I'm like, what sport? Yeah, you know, American football, baseball. What's it, the Yankees? Yeah, soccer and basketball. That's how it does kind of make sense. But yeah, we have like because you know, with all the snow, we get hockey, skating. Skiing is also a popular one, but and like snowboarding. I am way too paranoid to go skiing and snowboarding because I have seen way too many horror stories of people that have like broken like ankles, wrists, bones, like doing skiing and snowboarding. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I wanna give that. I wanna try that. I'm hesitant on doing a lot of sports now at my age because what if I break my wrist? I need my wrist to work, you know? That's my money maker. I need to if I gotta use my wrist to type on a keyboard so I can stay employed. So I can't risk doing a sport that might injure that. If you think of Canada as a hat, they'll take more heat than us, right? For you guys getting into nicer, cooler weather. Because we're up north. You gotta come up north. You gotta go up. You gotta go up higher. Which is like, but I don't know. I mean, again, it also depends on what city you're in. Because, like, places like, you know, Vancouver, the BC, or if you're close to the coast, you're gonna get more rain. But then, like, I feel like the snow kind of lasts for a long time. I feel like baseball, but I won't watch it with my family. I just prefer ice, snow sports. I'm not really big on watching sports, to be honest. I think there's very few sports I actually sit down and actually watch. Like, I would rather play the sport than watch it. But there's also a lot of sports I don't play too, so I'm just not a sports person in general. But I mean, like, ice skating can be fun. I know, like, for the Winter Olympics, there's a lot of crazy sports out there. Like, whatever the weird, I forget the sport where you have like two people lie on top of each other, and you going down like really fast in a sled. I felt like that's such a concept wise for a sport. I think it's such a weird. I don't. It sounds bad to say, but it's kind of a weird sport. Like, who came up with the idea? Like, hey, why would we put two people in an enclosed space and we like send them down a ramp really, really, really fast, and whoever can go down the fastest wins. Like, I get it if you're like one person, but I'm like, it just feels weird. It kind of claustrophobic to have two people do that. And man, do you watch the Olympics? This is an injury story. The poor guy didn't get to do his ski run because one ski came undone when he went over a bump. Oh, he felt bad for him. Eee. Yeah. Yeah, I would feel bad for him too. Especially like when you're like going to do, you're like you like train and like you so hard for the Olympics just to get to that point. I can test more injuries. Skiing, sprained my thumb skiing for the first time. Yeah, I'm like, I do want to try skiing, but I'm so paranoid. I'm like overly cautious. I'm like, what happens if I hurt myself? Well, I've already sprained both my ankles before, like just tripping and falling. I feel like that probably would happen. Knowing me, I probably sprain my ankles skiing and then be bedridden for like a month. Those sled sports make me nervous when they go face first. Oh yeah, I can't imagine. I'm like, just crashing into things. What if? Yeah, woman finally won. I think a gold medal this Olympics. She was interviewed, and she worked a long time for it. Yeah, it's like because every person who made it to the Olympics has trained so much for that day, right? So you really want to hope that they're able to perform, and you know, everyone wants to win. Also, the coldest states in the US are Alaska and Maine. Going north to Alaska. Is that the song? What's that song name? It came to mind. I think, was it called North to Alaska? I think it was a song that was called that. I feel like that was a song. But I don't know, I mean, I like the snow only for like a handful of months. By the time it's like, you know, the end of April, close to May, I'm like, okay, we need to stop now. That's enough snow. I don't want any more snow. I'm so tired of the snow. It gets really cold too, because like even in like the southern region of Canada, like you get like negative 30 35 degrees at times, and it does get like really chilly, especially with like any like wind chill. Alana Mayers Taylor, that's her name. She's 41. I've been competing for years. Wow, never give up, folks. Yeah. That's crazy. Because if you think about like the average career life of an athlete, it's actually not. Usually, most athletes retire when they're like 30. It's like 30 is like retirement age. If I'm like, but for some sports, I think yeah, some people can keep going. So that's good on her. 41, training for years. I have to give my respects to like any type of athlete to work for that long for a chance to win, and like basically dedicating your life and career to it. I think is like really intense, but also really cool to be able to do that. Bobsledding may be more forgiving on the body, but you do need reflexes to do well. Yeah, sledding can make people... Sledding is kind of nerve-wracking, because you think about, like... just, like, sledding normally, like... There's a high chance, like, if you ever... I guess if you guys never had snow, you may not have experienced sledding in the snow. Sledding in the snow can get quite dangerous. As speaking from experience, I remember like as a kid sledding down like hills on like what we call like what's like crazy carpets. Crazy carpet. Yeah, these things. So like in the winter, hold on, let me get my screen back. Yeah, these things. So in the winter, a lot of kids, they'll just like get one of these whatever crazy carpet things. They're just basically some smooth plastic sheet, and you sit on it and you just go wee down the snow hill. But there is many childhood memories of just like wiping out on one of these, because like this is just a flat plastic sheet, right? So like, you know, you accidentally lean too much one way or another, you can easily just like wipe out and start rolling down the hill. So I have a lot of childhood memories of like wiping out on these things. Because I would go down a hill, hit a bump, and then like fly off the carpet, and then end up like rolling down the rest of the hill. I used to sled as a kid. The hills lead right into roads. Yikes. Parents always went with the kids to help slow down the sled. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is also like yeah, plastic sleds. But for most people, I think most people, they just take one of these sheets and just go sliding down the snow hill. You do go really fast though, because I mean, like, this is just weighing absolutely nothing. You can actually get like plastic, like sleds or like toboggans. But this is just like a quick, easy way of just like carrying up a hill and sliding down it. But yeah, again. Gotta be careful if you're going up really high hills because, yeah, you can just crash into things. And I was like, those are some wild times. I definitely, yeah, remember falling off these, wiping out, rolling down the hills. Because, it was just, there was like no, like barely any control on it. BRB, here fireworks. Wow, you guys are celebrating early. It's not even Canada Day yet, or the 4th of July. So you're just like setting off fireworks super early there. I'm trying to dig. Yeah, then there is... That's great. Oh yeah, hockey. It's a sport. Then we got like our, I guess, our animals. We get a lot of moose, beavers, Canadian geese. Those are all like Canadian animals. Canadian geese, they basically fly south for the winter, and then in the springtime they'll like fly back. And you end up seeing a lot of them when they're like migrating to and from. So, geese, the Canadian geese aren't quite friendly. They're actually quite vicious. So it's just like, yeah, you probably don't really want to go near Canadian geese. Is like they're kind of vicious. They're kind of like ducks. Ducks can be kind of vicious too. It's like, especially in the spring when they have their like goslings and little like babies, they're like basically, you know, laying their eggs, like hatching their little goslings. They get very territorial or protective, so you don't really want to go near the Canadian geese when that happens. Actually, a lot of animals are like that though. Canadian geese, yeah, don't go near it. Moose, do not go near it, because like moose are like, they're huge. Like, moose are massive. They're about like 2 stories high, I want to say. Like, they're very, very large creatures. I would say the same thing with like polar bears too. I think polar bears also like we think about, oh, polar bears, Canada, right? And the polar bears, I mean, I never really seen one, but I know polar bears are also vicious as well. So basically, like, yes, all these majestic Canadian animals. Moral of the story is don't go near them, because they are quite vicious, or are just like large animals that will hurt you. But I mean, like, why would you go near a bear to begin with? Some Americans get really excited. They've been going off since last week. Jeez, okay. I was like, it's a little bit early for celebrating. Maybe it's just the summer vibes getting to them. They're like, oh yeah, summertime. Best time to start firing off all your fireworks. Please reclaim your geese, Canada. I don't want them in my yard. Yeah, we just kind of leave them alone. It's just like, okay, I see one, I'm like, alright, I'm not gonna go near. I think I used to like feed them before in parks, but then I learned that that was not a good thing to do. And yeah, I stopped doing that. Like we do not we don't want to approach the geese. For beavers though, I mean, I think beavers are chill. I don't know. I've never actually seen a beaver in person. I'm not really going out to look for them. Beavers alright. They're chill. And then we also have a lot of deer, especially in the east coast. You're gonna get a lot of deer. They're kind of like wandering around in your backyard. Actually, let's see what's other. What else I got in this image here? Maple syrup. Some hockey. Oh yeah, beaver tails. Yeah, the pastry. Polar bears. Hockey. Featuring, for some reason, Toronto up there. Maple, I guess it was a maple glazed donuts, I assume. But I mean, yeah, no, maple syrup is a very popular thing, so of course we have maple desserts. Maple glazed donuts are tasty though. What was I gonna say? Well, I just thought of something, but then I forgot. Got distracted by a donut, and now I lost my train of thought. For desserts. I chased the geese off my yard. Yes, I used to live in the East Coast, and deer were everywhere. Yep. I live in Middle America now, and I hardly see deer. Maybe they got trained with the geese. Yeah, it's mainly like in the more, of course, like rural areas or more forested areas, you're gonna get a lot more deer. And then, you know, moving to the city, you get different creatures. Now I'm more in the city region, so I just get a lot of raccoons and rats. A lot of rats, a lot of raccoons. They just kind of just go through the garbage cans, so we gotta be careful. Like one time my friend came home after a party, and then there was like a raccoon sleeping in her compost bin. So they had to like, it was asleep on top of all the scraps of food. So I think they had to like shake it so that the raccoon will wake up and then like scramble out of the compost bin and run off. But I see them in my neighborhood at times. It's like, they get really big, and they're also very vicious, so... Very vicious creatures. You channeling Ruggy, getting distracted by donuts. I'm a glutton, so I always get distracted by food. Because I'm just like, you know, I ate. I'm just like, ooh, food? Desserts? I love desserts. I love eating. I live in rural still. I prefer that type of neighborhood. But now you have honkers to chase. Yeah, just kind of. I mean, yeah, it's the geese. You gotta watch out. But I'm more scared of the raccoons, to be honest. Yeah, they're really intelligent. They have some. Still will not waste them. No, they're smart. They're smart. And like, yeah, they're dangerous. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to go near them. They get pretty big too. And then they just like tear through your garbage and eat all your crap. But there's quite a lot of them. Or like even just like living in the city. It's funny because they look cute from a distance, but then they aren't in reality. I remember I was speaking with someone when I was overseas. I spoke with someone who's never actually seen or like encounter a raccoon or squirrel before. So they're like, oh my god, the raccoon seems so cute and the squirrel seems so cute. And I'm like, no, don't get too attached. There's way too many of them, and they are they're quite vicious little buggers. So you really do not want to go. As cute as they may seem, raccoons are vicious, and squirrels are just squirrels are basically rats but fluffier looking, so they don't get quite as much stigma as rats do, but they are still technically rats. There's so many of them. Yeah, it's important to set up boundaries. Yeah, I have to make sure, like, I gotta close my compost bins to like lock them so that the raccoons don't end up opening. They know how to knock them over too. They're smart. They know how to knock them over and like open up. And I think some of them have figured out how to open the lids off of bins. So I'm like, you little shits. This is an example of being too smart for your own species. But I'm like, yeah, that's right, they have thumbs. Just like how, like, monkeys have thumbs. Monkeys are also really smart, too. Except I don't really trust monkeys. I know there's, like, you know, in some places like Japan and China, they've got, like, areas or parks that a lot of monkeys roam around. Or stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to go to those parks because I'm like, I don't trust the monkeys. I know they're gonna like probably gonna end up swiping something out of my hands when I'm not looking, because I think they do that a lot with tourists. But yeah, so it's like it is kind of interesting though how there are certain animals that are like, I guess, native to the land. Because to me, like, raccoons and, you know, squirrels, squirrels are like, they're like nothing, right? It's just kind of like whatever. They're just something you see all the time. Nothing like really special about them. But so it was kind of interesting when I like went overseas and talked with someone who's actually never seen a squirrel, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so cute." I'm like, "No, you don't understand." But I'm like, right, okay, you don't have squirrels in your country. So it's kind of cool to be like, huh, I wonder how squirrels ended up having, there's so many of them in North America. But then, like, you know, some other parts of the world, they just don't exist. I don't trust orangutans. They watch and they memorize. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of monkeys. I'm like, I just don't trust them. I feel like the monkeys are gonna swipe stuff or like throw stuff at me. So I'm not a huge fan. It's like, yeah, again, like they're smart. I know they're smart. Maybe too smart for their own good. Trying to think of other Canadian things here. I don't know. One animal I do want to kind of spoil is the pigeon or dove. Oh, we once relied on them, and then someone made up the lie that they're rats with wings. That's seagulls. That is so true, though. Seagulls are such a menace. You see so many videos of like seagulls that just come in and swoop stuff out people's hands. You know, be like eating French fries on the beach is like an absolute hazard because those seagulls will come in and they try to just swipe the fries right out of your fingers. What's really funny and also kind of sad is the people who bring their nuis, like they bring their little plushies or their nuis to the beach, and they want to like take pictures, right? They want to take pictures of their nui like on the beach, or you know, they're like holding it up and taking a picture, and then a seagull will come and swipe the nui out of their hands, and then it's just like, bye. You will never see that nui ever again. I feel like I saw someone post that with like, I forget which Octagonal plush it was. I think it was Jade. I think someone had like a Jade plushie, the little small nuis, and they brought it to the beach to like take photos, and then yeah, it got swiped by a seagull. I think they got dropped into the ocean. So I gotta feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, you will never see that plushie again. He literally got kidnapped by a seagull. Seagulls are awful. Not even remotely cute. No, they're not. They literally eat everything and anything. They're just like, no. They're loud, they're obnoxious, they're not cute at all. They really are just straight up menaces. Compared to other birds, you know, pigeons at least are cute, you know? Like, oh, I like, yeah, there's a lot of pigeons. Sometimes they get a little annoying, but pigeons are still kind of cute. They're doing their own, minding their own business at least. But yeah, seagulls, no. Seagulls are just straight up vermin. I mean, like, pigeons and doves are kind of in the same family too. So now with like, pigeons just kind of, they're kind of just everywhere though. One charm to the living rule is I sometimes get to hear the morning doves coos in the morning. Aww. It's very calming to me. That sounds cute. I don't think I've ever really get to hear doves or see them very much in my area. We just get like I think in Canada a lot of the birds actually I'm curious now. I'm gonna look up Canadian birds. Because we get like blue jays and like the Alexander robins. Yeah, I want to see birds of Canada. All right, let's see birds of Canada. So we get snowy owl, apparently. Never actually seen one though, but I've seen a lot of robins, and then we have like cardinals, blue jays, chickadees, the loon. I think it's like the bird that's on one of our coins. So we have a coin. We have a $2 coin called a toonie, and the loon is the animal that's on it. Oh, puffin. Puffins are a thing too in like what, Iceland? Of course, a Canadian goose. Quite vicious. Mallards. Cute ducks. What was it? Great blue heron. I haven't actually seen a heron. Forest birds. Oh yeah, I guess there's like, yeah, ravens. You get to see. Hummingbirds, of course. I've seen them. It's usually just a morning dove cooing if you want to hear it. I should probably look it up. I love blue jays. Beautiful. That's all loyal they can be to each other. Yeah, I like cardinals. I think are like they come in red and blue color. I do like the colors on the blue jay and the cardinal. I believe the puffin is Iceland. It's one of those guys. Yeah, I know, like they get a lot of puffins in Iceland, so I'm surprised they're just saying there's puffins. I guess I don't know if I've seen puffins in Canada. They must be in the more northern region or near their water birds, probably near close to the coast. Stellar jays. Yeah, I actually haven't seen a stellar jade. Or the rock ptarmigan. I guess it depends on like what area. Because I'm not familiar with this. I know we got like hawks too. I'm just more familiar with like the smaller birds, the robins, the jays. I guess the backyard birds in a sense. I'm just like looking up now. Birds. Chickadees, yeah, I feel like American robins I definitely see a lot of. I love the little small birds, they're so cute. Okay, I just looked up. It's Iceland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like an Iceland bird. They're cute though. I haven't actually seen one in Canada. I'm curious on where you can find them. But yeah, mainly just seen the smaller birds, the backyard ones. I'm like, oh, the little cute, little small birds. I feel like they're adorable. But yeah, I guess it depends on the region, because I'm just like, where do we find puffins? Which province? Even I'm learning something new. I didn't even realize we have puffins in Canada. I thought they just only in like museums or stuff. I didn't realize they were probably like in one of the provinces. But also the Stellar Jay are pretty. I feel bad, never heard of them. There's actually so many different birds that I'm like surprised to like see. Sometimes I do like see a bird in like I've never like encountered before. I'm like, that's a nice looking bird, but then I'm like, I have no clue what it was that I just saw. But it's kind of the birds though. It's interesting how different they are in the region, because like we get like ravens here, but or like we have crows here. When I was in Japan, I heard the crows in Japan, and it's kind of cool because the crows in Japan sound different than the crows I've heard in Canada. I assume it was a crow. I don't think it was a raven because I was in Tokyo. Because I was in Tokyo going to like my hostel once on a trip, and I heard these crows outside, and they were loud. Like they were like they were like really loud, and they made like a very specific noise, and I'm like, that sounds like a crow, but at the same time not a crow. It was weird. It was like the Japanese crows just sounded different than like the Canadian crows I hear. Looks like they're native to Western America. Ah, okay. Crows are really intelligent. They can mimic some words, and ravens too. Yeah, they are. They're very smart creatures. So it's like when I see videos of you know, like the birds, like the what is it? The parrots, the parakeets, or like, you know, like crows. It's really interesting to hear them in a different language. Because it'd be like, oh yeah, this crow is like speaking Japanese, and you're like, this is so surreal to listen to. But then you're like, yeah, they do mimic voices and like words that they hear depending on their environment. But I just remember the crows in Japan were somehow, they just sounded extremely loud for whatever reason, and they made like a different sound compared to what I was used to. See other Canadian things there. I'm trying to think of other fun facts. Possibly. Ever heard of a starling talk or mimic sounds? I don't think for the starling specifically. I don't think I've heard. Not that breed specifically. But like, just watch like afterwards. I'm just gonna be like googling bird videos, be like, what do they sound like? I'm not hallucinating, right? Like, there's birds are cool that way. The fact that they can like get some birds that just sound like whoever the locals. I'd be like, wow, that bird can speak better Japanese than me. Pretty impressive. Some can mimic sounds you probably heard on a machine. Kind of cute though, in that way too. Oh yeah, one of the popular things we have in Canada is like Timbits. Oh yeah, that's one thing. So what's funny is that there is this coffee chain that is beloved in Canada called Tim Hortons, okay? Tim Hortons is like it's like our Canadian coffee chain. They sell donuts and what we call little Timbits. So that they're basically like small little donut balls that you can get in different flavors. And like they're relatively cheap too. So and they're kind of tasty. And so it was like a whole Canadian thing, right? Tim Hortons and stuff. But then Tim Hortons got bought out by an American company, so they're not even Canadian anymore, I believe. I forget who bought them. It was like a chain that like owns Burger King or something, I think. But anyways, they bought Tim Hortons, so it's not even Canadian. And not only that, but there are Tim Hortons in other countries. Like, I think Japan and Korea have a Tim Hortons. And their Tim Hortons is like 10 times better than our Tim Hortons. Which I think is absolutely hilarious. I think Dubai has a Tim Hortons too. The fact that it's like we have this Canadian chain where like somehow the overseas chains are like 10 times better than the ones we have locally. Because, you know, as beloved as this coffee chain is, I will admit their coffee has gone downhill. It doesn't taste like it used to. It doesn't taste good. And so it's really funny to be like, I don't even go to Tim Hortons anymore because their coffee kind of sucks. But then, you know, I see Tim Hortons overseas. I'm like, wow, that looks so good. I would go to the Tim Hortons overseas. Forget the one in my backyard. That one doesn't taste good. Korea knows what they're doing. They have like they had this like Korean Tim Hortons. They had these like new menu drinks. Oh yeah, I'm like, oh man, Tim Hortons. They got some like cool ice caps. I was like, we don't even get this cool stuff. Like this Tim Hortons is from Canada, and I'm like, they're making us look bad because this actually looks way better than what you actually get over here. We don't even have this in Canada. We're being outdone by other countries with our own coffee chain. Oh, welcome back, Emerald. You got Eddie's Extra Fudge Brownie Ice Cream. Oh, I haven't heard of the Eddie's brand. But fudge brownie ice cream does sound good. A lot of things I love as a kid don't taste the same anymore. Yeah, they make things differently now. I feel like that is the case. It just doesn't taste like it used to. There's a lot of foods where I'm like, the quality has definitely gone downhill in the past, like, decade or two. You missed our nature talks. I love to hear some nature talks. You were talking about, like, birds and, like, animals, basically, in Canada. Like, different birds are in Canada. The fact that we have a lot of raccoons and squirrels. And then, some Canadian animals are like polar bears, moose, geese, but they're all like very vicious they all are vicious animals with a strong character, I want to say. It's not like they're inherently, you know, evil or anything. It's just like they're animals. You just don't want to aggravate them. Went from talking about pests to birds. Yeah, I think that was the pipeline. We're like, okay, let's talk about Canadian animals, and then it went into like Canadian geese, and then it went into talking about pests, and then yeah, Canadian birds. Also, I don't eat out, but I tried McD in Japan. Oh yeah, McDonald's. I will admit, somehow McDonald's hits different in Asia. Like, I've had McDonald's in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and like, it just it hits different. I don't know what it is. I feel like the nuggets taste better in Hong Kong. I don't know what it is. Like the chicken nuggets just taste better in Hong Kong than the ones in Canada. And then they got way more cooler desserts, like they had like a black sesame ice cream in the McDonald's in Taiwan, and I'm like, it was really good. I really liked it. And then McDonald's in Japan, it also looks really tasty as well. They also have like the other burger chains, like Lotteria. I think Lotteria is actually a Korean chain. But I had like a shrimp burger that was really good. Yeah, Japanese McDonald's and Starbucks have really cute menus. Yeah, I actually I wanted to, because I think every year Japan Starbucks has their they always come out with a Sakura collection to be like Sakura tumblers, you know, the like drinking flask, the cups and mugs, and I'm like, oh, they were so cute. So I do have actually a Starbucks thermos from Japan. It's like a Sakura themed one. And then this year, actually in Canada, they had a Sakura like drinking cup that was actually like in my local Starbucks, and I ended up getting it. It's like really cute. I'm like really happy with it. So I got like two Starbucks related items, like this the thermos and the cup that are both Sakura themed because I really like the design of it. Also China. If you ever seen China's Starbucks, they have like a lot of really cute items as well. Let's see. It's like China Starbucks items. Yeah, they got like so many like cute like limited edition collection stuff. Yeah, it's kind of adorable. Little bear. But I'm like, Starbucks China is like Japan too. They just like have so much cool merch. Like so much cuter than what we get. Starbucks China. Aww. Oh, I love that. Looks really cute too. Everything's so kawaii. So much Japan can be described as cute. It's charming. Yeah, we get made in China stuff that are defect or breaks. I'm like, I feel like, you know, Starbucks in North America, they're starting to like get more cute stuff, because I did see like some Hello Kitty stuff. I did see some Miffy stuff recently. They had the cute Sakura collection. Because what did I get? Starbucks Sakura Canada? Yeah, so in Starbucks Canada, they launched like the spring collection for Sakura, and so I got the pink little this like reusable steel cup there. But it was like, yeah, this is the one I got. I got that cup, and I thought it was like super adorable, because I was always jealous of Japan's Sakura collection, so I was really happy when they actually had one of these in Canada, and I managed to get one when it was available. Well, did you hear about the dumb bear cup craze with Starbucks this past Christmas? The same cup was on Amazon. What, the cup craze? Or is it, what is it? I didn't hear about it. I gotta look this up. Oh, is it this? It's like the Barista cups, is that what it is? I mean, it's cute, I will say. Little teddy bear cup. Oh, I guess you like just pour your drinks in it and you drink out of it. It seems like it'd be a pain in the ass to clean, but it is very cute. That's adorable. I can see why people kind of go crazy over it, because, you know, as soon as something actually cute drops, they're like, oh my god. I guess that's why it'll probably go viral. My bro was asking to get those one time, but they were all sold out. Wow. Yeah, they seemed like they'd be really popular. The one with the green lid. Okay, the very same cup was on Amazon for cheaper. It just didn't have the Starbucks logo, and Starbucks purposely understocked. Ah. I would not put it past them. They'd be like, they want to create that scarcity. You know, they want people to be like, yeah, you know, this is so special, so exclusive. I wonder what's now on eBay. Where's it selling on eBay? Holy shit! 1,000 $1,000 for the Starbucks Barista Bear Cup? Are you kidding? That's like 1,400. It's almost 1,500 Canadian. That's insane. That is insane. I'm like, what? It's like, calm down there. Like, calm down. At least like, what? This person at least is charging you $22. Okay, you know, that's a little... That makes a little more sense. I don't know what was going on in the mind of that person trying to sell it for 1,000. Like, come on, guys. It's a freaking cup. As limited edition as it is. Funny enough, I wasn't aware of this. I didn't realize it was that popular. I guess it's cute, so maybe that's why people like it. It's adorable, though. Oh, now they have a pink one? Is that their newest thing? They're gonna come up with a pink one? Okay, the pink one's cute too, I will say. They're about $20 when it's sold. Yeah, okay, like... $20 makes sense. I'm like, okay, like, no one is gonna buy it for 1,000. Like, come on. Like, let's be real. Good God, not again. Yeah, guys, prepare yourself. If you want the pink barista cold cup, you get the July 9th rewards reserve members early access, or you can buy it at July 13th. So get on it, guys. July 13. Find these, the pink barista cup while you can in stores. My bro told me that the FIFA cups from McDonald's are being sold by people with 25 bucks. Do the cups even look good? I'll look it up. What does the FIFA cup looks like? Are you serious? That's it? I mean, I can't even tell if it's AI or not. Or maybe it's just really... I mean, I get it's, you know, it's like FIFA and, you know, like, it's kind of like, oh, this is like, you know, this is kind of like if you wanted to get, like, your Oshi on the cup. And then, like, and I guess, like, people will go wild for it. I guess it's equivalent of, like, oh, you know, imagine if your favorite idol was, like, on one of these cups. Then, okay, I guess you might want to spend $25. But overall, it's not very impressive, I will say. The cup design itself, there's not much to really write home about. It's just a cup, but it's just got, like, their... I guess some artwork of their face on it. I only heard about FIFA. It was about all the Europeans seeing America for the first time. Kinda charming, like guys seeing our yellow buses. Yeah, they got like the cultural exchange and shock. I mean, kind of interesting, I guess. I mean, it's just a normal cup, but maybe it's a huge deal for people who actually really like soccer. So I'm not gonna hate on it because hey, maybe, you know, this is like, you know, people's Oshis, right? For the FIFA fandom, this is like their Oshis on the cup, so they want to collect it, you know. It's kind of like if you were a fan of, I don't know, Hololive or like VTubers, and you're like super into, you have like your favorite Oshi, and you want to collect them all. I guess. So I won't hate on it. It's not my thing. But, I mean, I guess I can get it. Nah, it's just trend chasing. Yeah, this is Stanley's and now no one talks about them. Of course, trends are just like that though. People move on from trends like so fast. I at least like the actual glass, you know? Like, I kind of like, oh, you know, if having the actual... like glass makes sense. I'm like, yeah, you know, I kind of collect those because they got some utility. They're useful. I could put them in a dishwasher. The plastic ones are kind of hard because it's like, oh, you don't have to like, you have to wash it. It's not like you're really drinking from it regularly. Well, people like trends are just, you know, people want to chase after whatever the newest hottest thing is, right? So especially when it goes viral, then everyone wants like to get their hands on it. It's pretty. But I don't know. I'm like, it's okay, I suppose. I mean, sometimes I'll just like go collect wherever stuff is at McDonald's at the time. I'm keeping track of FIFA. Nice. I just like I kind of hear secondhand news about how how the teams are doing. I might try to get a Squishmallow Happy Meal. Funny enough, I actually got a Happy Meal the other day because I had a bunch of points in my app, and so I ended up getting I actually did end up getting a Squishmallow meal. I got the pink cat. It's cute, I will say. I got the pink kitty. I'm like, yeah, it's adorable. I like Squishmallows. I'll take the Squishmallow. So I did get one of the Squishmallows. My puppy. I don't know why this reminded me. Remember how you said Sage Island looks like a chicken leg? I saw a JP fan say the same, but drew a GBJ trying to eat the island. Oh yeah, I could. It looks like a fried chicken leg. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. I could see Jade trying to eat the island though. It seems like some wild fever dream where Jade gets like extremely huge and tries to eat Sage Island. No way, you got strawberry pink cat. That's what you've been trying to get. Oh, how many have you gone through so far for the Squishmallows, Emerald? Like how many Happy Meal toys have you gotten? Because I won't lie, for the pink cat, I only got one Squishmallow for the FIFA Cup, and it was the pink cat. So I guess I was just lucky. Because I think the cat and the hamster one is like the cutest. I only got two. Got the moose and eagle. You got a Canadian spirit animal and an American spirit animal. Oh god, Giant Jade is gonna trap all his favorite people in fish bowls. Aw man, not a fish bowl again. I feel like one of the funniest Octagonal art I saw like way back in the day was like when the prefect got turned into a baby, and then the art was like different dorm members dealing with the baby, and like Octagonal had no clue what to do with the human baby, so they just put it in the fish tank without any water and just like left it there. It always reminds me of that. They're like, I don't know what to do with this. Let's just put it in the tank. I will keep asking McDonald's workers if they got the box 18. That's what the pink strawberry cat is in. Oh, okay. Guess they gotta get some, like, SKU or limited number. But yeah. Yeah, it's cute. Little mini Squishmallows. It's like, I don't know if I'll collect more, but because I was collecting the K-pop Demon Hunter cards before, but I'm not like actively seeking everyone. You see that Zoom fan art I tried to share last week? I think. Oh yeah, I did see it. It's just like placing the Zoom in the fishbowl. It's kind of cute. Also kind of unsettling because it's Jade, but also kind of cute. I'm surprised he doesn't try to put his own Tsum Tsum in like the fish, in like a little fish bowl or tank. Because I could totally see him doing that. I also did see the other fan work with, I think it was like Ace and Riddle, which was also cool as well. lot of good Twist fan art out there, to be honest. I remember I saw like one artist way back that like did some really cool, intense Twist art. Now I'm like forgetting. Now I'm forgetting their name. There's two actually. One was I think they're called Yao Bei on Twitter. But then there's this one other artist that I don't remember their name, but like their fan art was like really cool. I'm more curious what the heck Normal Jade was going to do with that larger jar. Just put all your favorite things in the jar, you know? Keep them there. Yeah, the Ace versus Riddle. Yeah, it's the Shadows, it's Alice versus the Jabberwocky. This is some cool fan arts. I mean, especially when Twist first came out, there was like a lot of really amazing artwork that came out. I'm seeing a lot less now, sadly. I think a lot of artists have deleted their works as well. It's like some of them left the fandom and deleted all their stuff with it, and I'm like, no! They were so good! Why would you delete all the things? I feel like that's like a very Japanese artist thing to do. Like, if they leave or they decide they just don't feel like it anymore, they just purge their entire timeline or like their entire portfolio and just like leave whatever social media platform they were on. Maybe Normal J was gonna put both soons. Yeah, I would put past him. I have the opposite problem. I find artwork from years ago. Find out the account is abandoned, and it's like, oh no. Yeah, I have ones where I'm like, hey, it's like, oh, I'm looking for like an artwork. I'm like, man, I remember this really cool one I saw like years ago, and then I try to look for it and it doesn't exist anymore. And I'm like, did they just like straight up removed it, just purged everything? Like, where'd it go? I don't know. There's still some fan artists that are still kicking around since day one, but there is definitely a lot less fan artists than like back when Twist was at the height of its popularity, I'd say. I'll close my screen now. There you go. But in any case... Oh, do you want to see a nice Scully cosplay? Sure. Honestly, I feel like I have not seen a bad Scully cosplay yet, I will admit. From the very limited amount of Scully cosplayers I've seen, I have not seen... I actually have not seen a bad one. They've all been really good cosplayers. I'll move myself. I'll zoom in a bit more. There. I'm like, sure. I can take the reference before I basically call it a night here. I really want to draw again, but RL priorities, procrastination keep distracting me. I'm gonna make a schedule and keep my hobbies in order. Yeah, it gets hard, you know. Life gets busy. Especially if you're juggling, you know, all your IRL stuff. You know, if you got work or school. It's I have the same thing. I have not drawn as much as I used to. Because I feel like I'm like between juggling, you know, like studying, streaming, working, and like social, like trying to actually keep up with family and friends. I haven't really drawn in a very long time. I kind of miss the days where, you know, I would like just draw fan art and it's like pen and paper in hand, drawing my favorites. And like, you know, it looked bad, but I didn't care. But I'm very out of practice now. Since Friday, I've had a ton of cosplay photos from JP cosplayers. Huh. Poster with Scully is... Oh, Nightmare. Oh, okay. Nightmare 0. Poster had like a Good Night Silver cosplay. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. There's a lot of good cosplayers out there. Twist does get a lot of good art and a lot of good cosplays, I will say. Keep trying with that. But yeah, it's like I've I have like way too many like ongoing projects and tabs. I'm still trying to study for that certification. And I'm like working. Still like looking into like other potential jobs as well. And so I have not I'm behind even on video games. I'm like so behind on video games too. I'm like, there's other stuff I want to record, and then there's like other stuff I want to play. I'm like just like never-ending backlog of things. I want like a 2-month vacation, you know. I want a summer vacation but get paid for it. I want to be able to take a nice long vacation but still get a salary. That's what I miss the most when it's like being a kid. You're like, yay, you can have summer vacation. It's 2 months off school, or 4 months if you're in post-secondary. Found out J-Post. He wasn't eating the island. Oh, okay. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Another one to keep tabs on. There we go. Okay. I'll note it. Okay. Yeah, so any case, I think I'm gonna call it a night for today. It's I want to get some time to be able to prep for bed and basically clean up. The current job is taking up all of your energy. I go to bed shortly. Never recovered from your 5:45 a.m. shift. Yeah, that's rough. Okay. Yeah, you should... Hope you get some good sleep then. Get some good rest. I'll be ready for work tomorrow. 12-hour shift ahead. Oh my god, good luck. Good luck to you guys. It's Canada Day tomorrow, so for me, it's a holiday. But then I go back to work to normal the next day, which feels weird because it's like I only get Wednesday off, and then the rest of the week I still have to work. So I will prepare myself for that. But in any case, yeah, so thanks for coming to my Canada TED Talk, even though it was like 50% Canada, the rest was just on tangents. But that's the fun of it. That's the joys of just chatting in general and going off of random topics. Yeah, best of luck to you two with all your work. And like... yeah, happy early 4th of July, essentially. Maybe, I don't know what your weekend plans are, if you're gonna celebrate the holiday with family or friends, but I hope it's a good one. I love you sell fireworks. Or have lots of food. But yeah, anyways, eat a lot of good things. Have a lot of fun. I love Canadians. Americans may curse their neighbors over fireworks. We're very similar. We're not that much different, to be honest. A lot of rituals are the same. We kind of party the same. How do you celebrate? Yeah, fireworks, drinking, barbecue. That's kind of like, yeah. I feel like that's probably what both countries do. In my opinion, Canada should join the European Union. It feels so weird because I've never thought of Canada as like Europe. You know, I feel we're so like almost genetically similar to the US that it feels weird to not be like North America and to go join the European Union. But hey, if it allows for cheaper travel to Europe, I may be tempted. But we're like, just geologically, we're not, or geographically, we're not even that close to the rest of Europe. It's good to love your country. Otherwise, living there can be rough. Yeah, it's just like, I kind of... there's always like the grass is greener on the other side, right? There's always times where I'm like, man, like this other country is so cool. Like, why doesn't my country have that cool stuff? But, you know, on the other hand, it's just like, well, you know, it's kind of hard. You get attached to where you've had a lot of your life experiences in. But I'll leave that for the night. Yeah, hope you... Glad to impart some new knowledge and new awareness from your Canadian neighbor. We're not really that much different. We just got some unique stuff, but we are very similar in a lot of other ways. But thank you for joining me tonight. And I just realized, oh yeah, Tiger Lagayan. Oh, that you're the one. Sorry, I just realized. I'm like, oh, welcome to the chat. Even though I'm like just about to sign up, I just want to say thank you for dropping by. But anyways, yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of the week. I will see you on I'll see you on Thursday. We'll switch gears on Thursday and playing a horror-ish game. If you're interested in Canada joining Europe, please write your MP. Also, hi, yes. I know, I hear a word about that. It'll be interesting. Happy Canada! Happy Canada indeed! Happy Canada Day for tomorrow. But thank you all again for joining me tonight, even though things were delayed an hour. And take care in the meantime, okay? Stay cool. Stay hydrated. I know it's probably hot as hell in a lot of areas right now, both Canada and in the US. So take care, you guys, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye!